adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is Pipeman here on the Adventures of Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Eikka from Apocalyptica.
Nice. I was just on the way to Welcome to Rockville today, where you're playing with my son, and I said, you need to go check out their set, meaning yours.
Thank you.
Because I'm a long-term Metallica fan. I was at their first show ever. But you guys put on such a badass show. We're so lucky to have you at Welcome to Rockville.
Oh, thank you. Pleasure is ours.
What do you think of, have you been to this festival yet?
I'm not quite sure, because I think we played Rockville, but I don't know, has it always been here in Daytona?
No, it's in Jacksonville. So
yeah,
you
that's
probably
why, yes,
played
we
up in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
What do you think of playing at the Daytona International Speedway?
It's awesome. It's so cool. I was just watching the F1 movie on the plane day before yesterday on my way here, which
Nice.
the movie starts here in Daytona.
Yeah.
So it's great.
So I'm going to show you something, too, that will probably blow your mind in a second here. And we need to, update it maybe with your band on it.
Oh.
Take a look at that. That's my original battle vest from the 80s.
Oh, my God. This is quite something.
So when I was interviewing Winston from Parkway Drive, he was like, oh, my God, when did Metallica have, devil stuff?
Yeah. It's very early.
Right?
And all the cool stuff.
Yeah, I drew all those bands on there.
Oh, yeah, this is
You could tell I was
awesome.
in the pit.
So cool.
So
which year? 83? 82?
I got this in
82,
81, 82,
81, yeah.
and started it then. I even have, there's blood on here somewhere from right over there where I climbed up on Marshall's stack and did a stage dive, and when I was midair, the crowd moved.
Wow. This is awesome.
So if you were to look on here at bands on here, who would you most want to tour with? We'll take Metallica out of the picture because that's an obvious answer.
Yeah. We're going to play with it. Yeah. We played with Megadeth. We played with Dark Angel.
How about Possessed?
Possessed would be cool. But maybe of this, Slayer.
Yeah,
I think
you got to pick Slayer.
I think Slayer should take us on their new tours, whatever is coming up. Yeah.
Now, here's something wild, okay? Slayer didn't even have a back patch yet, so I did it myself. And I lived in L.A., and people thought I was a gangbanger, and that was my gang name.
Can I take a picture of this?
Absolutely.
I want to send it to my fiancée, who is kind of patching up her first metal vest.
There you go. Here, let's turn it over. You can take the other side, too.
I really, really like this. It's so cool.
There's bands on there that don't even exist anymore.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's so funny, right?
Yeah. So you're from Bay Area yourself?
No, L.A. Metallica started in L.A.
Yeah.
And then they went to the Bay Area. So Slayer started in L.A. So I went to their first show, Slayer's, Metallica's, and then they ditched us for all the hair metal bands. So me and my bro, we used to hitchhike up to the Bay Area from L.A. to go to the real metal shows.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
Funny story, I don't know if you know this, but when Slayer first went up to the Bay Area, Exodus looked at him because they used to have the dark eyeliner back in the 80s to look evil. And they're like, that shit don't cut it up here. I don't care if it's supposed to be evil. That's for L.A.
Oh, yeah. Clear distinction.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So is there any band that, besides Slayer, that you've really wanted to play with and you just haven't yet?
Tool.
Tool
comes to my mind. It's been always on the list. So I'm going to bring it up with Adam with Gonna meet him in 17th. We play Sonic Temple. I just saw 2 days ago. We play same day. So I think that would be great for Apocalyptica, to play with Tool, because I think the Tool audience would be exactly, we could make a different kind of set list for them, with more progressive stuff and, more kind of like exciting shit.
It does sound like a good match, though, because Tool, even though they're the genre they are, they're kind of, I think they mix in with how you do music, too. It's kind of like takes you on a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we haven't done so many opening tours. We've done Rammstein, in Europe.
Yeah.
In 2005, we were 5 weeks opening for Rammstein, which was awesome. Every time we've been like, it doesn't matter actually what is the main band. We know our way, to how to engage people. Like now this autumn we were going out with Hailstorm and Lindsey Sterling.
Nice.
And those two bands brought totally different kind of audience than a metal audience in that sense,
Yeah.
But still, we know how to, get them on board. It was awesome tour. It was really awesome tour. Even it was really unexpected lineup. It was really
think
good.
the Lindsey Sterling thing though matches a little bit because she's so badass, but like you, playing not the normal metal instruments.
Yeah, but if we started our set with Battery, and extreme headbanging, and still her music is very pop. She's great, she's awesome, but talking about genre is very, very different. But it was really awesome. So, but yeah. Tool, I think Tool would be exciting. And, of course, one band I have never seen in live yet, one of my favorites, System of a Down.
Really?
I've never seen it live.
Wow.
I've always been in the wrong continent,
I know,
They
right?
don't come often to Europe, and I always been elsewhere.
Yeah, they're one of my favorite bands. I love them.
Oh, they are awesome.
What's your favorite Metallica song to play? What's like the most fun to you?
I think the most fun. Okay, Battery is a lot of fun, but maybe Blackened. At the moment, at the moment, Blackened probably.
That makes sense.
It's so cool. I think our version of it also makes it even more fun, for us. I would say that's my favorite. But sometimes it's Call of Cthulhu, but we don't play Cthulhu on this kind of setting because that requires attention and focus. And we can't expect people standing in the heat, in the sunshine, to have 8 minutes of such a focus. So
I know, right?
So, but if we have the whole thing, we have on our show, we have on screen, we have a silhouette picture of Cliff because he's playing bass on our version. We got the original.
That's cool.
Yeah, we got Metallica to give us the original bass track by Cliff.
See, that's great.
Yeah, and we build our version around his performance. So it's very. It's emotionally very, very important song for us to play.
That means Metallica must really dig it too, huh? Because they wouldn't just give their music to anybody.
That's what Rob told me. When Rob was in studio in Pasadena when we were making this album, he came to play Four Horsemen. And Rob was on some point, he was like, man, Lars and James, they really must love you, man, because that's unheard.
Right.
Yeah, but,
exactly.
But it's really awesome, and I'm very... it was when we started to work on this Plays Metallica Volume 2 album, when we were working on the music, it was like all kind of cool ideas started to pop up. And for example, one was that I just figured out pretty recently before that all these cool sounds that I always loved. Ride the Lightning probably been my favorite album of Metallica because it hit me.
Kill 'em all.
Yeah, and Ride the Lightning, this tone of the album somehow hit me when I was in a certain age, and I very lately figured out that all these cool sounds, they are actually Cliff, his bass.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, how awesome would be to get that. And then I just said to Lars, I was like, Lars, I have this, I don't know, I just want to tell you this thing that comes up from here. And what do you think? And he was like, that is, I don't know it's going to happen because it's so complicated. But he loved the idea. But he said it's so much legal, whatever, he doesn't even know who all we have to ask for permission, family, record label, everything. But then Metallica, they just figure out the legal stuff. And I happened to meet accidentally. I went to Göteborg to see Metallica, and I was invited to some small after dinner, and Rob put me to sit with a lady who turned out to be a stepsister of Cliff.
Wow.
And I didn't know, we were talking all kind of stuff, and then after 1 hour we figured out who she is, and I'm like, all right, I have to tell you about this thought that I had. And she was like, oh, Cliff would have loved this and everything.
I think he would have.
Everything just happened like this. I'm like, without expectations. Sometimes the good things happen when you don't expect them to happen. It's just like, you love the idea, you share it, and it's like, I think this is awesome idea. What do you think? And Lars thought it's an awesome idea. James thought, everybody thought it's an awesome idea.
That's so funny what you said, because I was just talking to somebody this morning about that. Like, that's the way like I am when I travel. It's like I don't have any expectations, because then I'm never let down.
Exactly,
it's just go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens. Like, I went to Bali for 2 months a couple years ago, and I changed my whole itinerary the day I got there. And most people couldn't do that, but I'm just like, you see things from afar, and then you actually get there and you're like, yeah, that's not what it looked like. Let me do this. And you talk to the locals. Like, I'm always about talking to the locals instead. I don't do the touristy crap. Talk to the locals and find out. And it's the same thing. You don't get let down because you don't have any expectations. You're just going with the flow of the universe.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's the biggest challenge for us, that it's in life in general, that we try to control our surroundings, which we can't.
Yes.
And as you say, you can't get disappointed if you don't have expectation. It's only way to get disappointed is that you have expectation.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think, we fuck up things because we start to think outcome. That's also one enemy, top enemy on doing anything, even making an album or anything. Like Rick Rubin, always says that audience comes last.
Yes.
Which is very rude to say, but that it's like if you start to think about audience and the response for the music what you're trying to create, your focus is in the wrong place.
Oh,
because
no doubt.
You should focus on doing the best you ever can, because it's still anyway you can't control what people think about it.
And you're going to attract your people if you're just being yourself, and people can tell if you're going through the motions or what have you. I even find in business, like in my radio station, same thing. It's like, I'm not going to program it for the listener. I'm going to program it, and then the right listeners will come.
Yes.
That's the difference.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Because you can't please everybody. Because when you start changing things for people, then these people stop complaining, and those people start complaining.
Yeah.
So you just do
and you never know.
And you'll do great, because then you're going to be happy too. Because you're not happy if you're a musician, you're not doing what you want to do.
The key is to do things in the way that you are happy whether they succeed or not.
Yeah.
Because you are happy because of the process you made while doing the things.
Totally.
That should be it's the ultimate goal of creating something, I think, or doing anything in life. It's like, whatever is the outcome, you are fine because you did something that was worthwhile.
There it is.
But if you think about outcome, it's dependent on outcome, you are always depending on things that are totally out of your control.
So here's a funny question for you, and I'll answer it first. So even Metallica, I heard James saying it on Sirius XM the other day, and they always joke about the Saint Anger album because everybody has given them so much hate about it, and they handle it really well. I actually like the album. Like, I'm a longtime Metallica fan, but I just like it being different. I think Frantic's a great song. Invisible Kid's a great song. So what do you think of Saint Anger?
I think it's a great album. It's a really great album. My touch to the album was I got to know the songs before I heard the album. Because when the album was coming out, we did some stuff with Metallica. Like they came to Europe first time with Rob. And we were scheduled on download to play on the 10th. There was Apocalyptica slot. But the secret plan was that it's actually Metallica who will play there. But we will start, and then they take over. And the original plan was that we start with Fight Fire with Fire. We play the intro, and then Metallica rush on stage. We play together, and then we fuck off, and they continue. But then we rehearsed with the guys there. We didn't end up doing it because overnight they were thinking, management was thinking, last thing we were in Europe was the symphony thing. It's a first show with Rob. It's like, we have to come. It's too close to the strings, connected to the symphony thing. We have to come like strong as band and four and everything. But anyways, that time I heard Frantic and Saint Anger live many times. and I was like, oh, these are awesome songs. And then, of course, the album was difficult to approach. But now, for example, like 3 years ago, when we were working on the album, I really listened because I knew that there is something. There's something on the St. Anger album that we should record. And I really listened to it a lot. And once I got used to the sound, I was like, fuck, this is awesome stuff. It's so angry. It's so passionate. It's so
I actually
honest
love
and true.
what Lars did with the drums. I think the drums would match you guys so perfectly because it almost seems like the way he tuned down the drums that it went with an orchestra instead of like an electric guitar.
Yeah, and I think, you know what I'm saying to the audience when we play St. Anger, because we made a version of that, and which is actually, I think the version is really cool, and it's doing really justice on how good song it is. That, you know, today, I always recommend people to give it a new spin now after the time, because in the sound where we live at the moment, everything is over-polished and hygienically nice. St. Anger actually, production
Raw.
sounds fucking refreshing.
It's
so whoever
raw.
is listening to this, take St. Anger and listen to it. It's wonderful album.
I think this interview might go viral just because we're saying this, because that's what happens. Like, you say controversial stuff like this, and then people blow up with it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
funny, my most viral interview was with Carmine Appice, and he said, I don't think Black Sabbath really started metal. I think Metallica did. Oh, my God, the internet had a heart attack.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, but I understand that people had difficulties with St. Anger because the sound was not approachable.
Right.
You know, it was meant to be. It's, you know, black metal. It's not meant to sound nice.
Right.
You
exactly.
know, original Norwegian black metal. It's all about how shitty you can record things to make them honest, raw, and brutal. You know.
I love it.
That's the way how
true,
black
though.
metal is done originally. You know, and that's what St. Anger has. It's like honest fucking take of anger. That's
Yeah.
what it's about. And people were expecting just something nice and smooth.
There
And
it is.
fuck that. Metallica is a metal band.
Yeah, it's not supposed to
You
be
know.
nice and smooth.
Yeah,
You know, it's
exactly.
supposed to be raw. That's like, that's why I like Kill 'Em All, because it's like the raw garage days, the real garage
Yeah.
days.
But at the same time, I have to say, I like some songs on Load or Reload. So I
So
think
do I.
they are great songs. You know, it's a different qualities.
I like that all
You know.
the albums are kind of different, because if you have to put out the same album all the time, then why do you need all the albums?
That's what I always appreciated in Metallica so much, that the guys have been always honest to themselves.
Yes.
You know, they changed the style, the direction, because they felt that they have to for their sake, with the risk, you know, taking the risk that people will not follow them.
They made a great risk, because I was one of those first 25 people that used to go see them at like the Troubadour and stuff, that when they made the Black Album were like, fuck them, the fucking posers, sellouts. But listen,
Yeah.
they gained the whole world, and we came back to them. Us 25 came back to them, but if it weren't for doing stuff like that, would we have 100,000 attendance at a metal festival in 2026? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, and if you think about, you know, how many bands at that age still plays, they would not need to.
Yeah.
You know, they don't need the money. They don't need to do it for other reason than they fucking love to do it. And only way to keep that passion alive for over 40 decades is that you have to follow your heart. You have to go where you have to go. You know,
Yeah.
you understand what I mean? It's like if you just start to repeat it, it's the same with Apocalyptica. We have to change all the time. With every album, we have to find an angle to challenge ourselves,
Yeah.
to go somewhere where we don't know for sure how we're going to make it. Because that's the beauty of being creative. You try to figure out something that you don't know. I think
Yeah.
that's a core function of creativity.
That's all
It's
part
like
of
you try to materialize something that doesn't exist. And if you just become a factory, like, you know, you just do it as you used to do it,
It becomes boring.
I think I'd rather do something else than make music, because if I don't see any point on that.
It'd
you know,
be
where's
boring,
the
right?
excitement? You know.
Exactly. Part of being a musician is experimenting and see what you could do with
Yeah.
those instruments.
Take a risk.
Yeah.
When we start to play safe, when we just stay in our comfort zone, we all know that it's every area in life. If we just become comfortable, how much joy do we experience?
Yeah, exactly.
For real, you know?
Exactly.
We feel boredom that we need to numb with addiction of some kind, you know? So
true story.
It's better to...
I'd rather be addicted to metal.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. And addicted to Apocalyptica, and all my listeners should be too.
Yes, they should.
It was so badass
You
that
guys
you're here
should,
at Welcome to Rockville, and thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Yeah, and I want to advertise that today we started a tour. 5 weeks we are going on the road around U.S. With the Who, the Mongolian
that's such
guys,
a cool tour.
and other Finnish band Erasmus. So if somebody is hearing this around somewhere, check out the dates and come to have fun with us.
That's such a cool lineup, you and the Who. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, that's badass.
That's going to be fun.
I love it. Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.